guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to show you the best action comedy anime. But before we get started, be sure to hit the like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. Here's the list of the best action comedy anime that you can watch in your leisure time. We hope you enjoy this. Number 10 is Beelzebub, an anime produced by Pierrot Plus which was aired in winter 2011 is an action comedy anime. It was adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Ryuhei Tamura. It's the story about the first-year student at the school for juvenile delinquents. It was first published in 2008 as a one-shot in Shueisha's Weekly Shounen Jump. The manga was then serialized in the same magazine from February 2009 to February 2014, and then transferred to Jump Next as Beelzebub Another, where it ran from May 2014 to March 2015. The story follows Tatsumi Oga, a juvenile delinquent. It all starts when he finds a baby, who turns out to be the child of the great Demon King, who in the end Oga has the opportunity to raise the baby. The story follows the life of Oga to try to raise the baby while protecting people around him. Number 9 is Ushio And Tora, an anime which was primarily aired in 1992 in OVA's format. It was adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Kazuhiro Fujita, which began serialized in Shogakukan's Weekly Shonen Sunday from January 1990 to October 1996. It was later adapted into an anime television series in 2015 to 2016, with a total of 39 episodes. It centers around the travels and battles of Ushio Aotsuki, who is constantly being stalked and aided by a gigantic supernatural and sometimes invisible tiger-like monster named Tora. Ushio's family maintains a temple in Japan, where 500 years ago, his samurai ancestor battled that same monster to a standstill and eventually trapped him against a rock using a cursed spear called the Best Spear, where this is the origin of Tora the tiger monster. Through the cursed spear, the holder of the spear can receive strength, speed, and endurance, but on the condition it should be the soul of the spear wielder. Number 8 is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Having two slightly different alternative stories, Fullmetal Alchemist anime comes with a variety of well-connected genres. The anime is an adaptation of a manga series by Hiromu Arakawa. If the Fullmetal Alchemist story released in fall 2003 has a different story, then the story in the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood version released in spring 2009 will adapt the events of the original manga directly. Even so, the plot between the 2003 and 2009 anime still uses the same main character, the twin brothers Edward and Alphonse Elric. It's said that two brothers Elric and Alphonse lived in the remote village of Resemble, where their father left them as children. It all started when their mother Trisha Elric died of a mysterious illness. In the end, they tried to revive their mother with human transmutation techniques. This failed transmutation resulting in some of Edward's lost bodies, and the entire body of Alphonse disappearing and leaving only his soul. The story follows Edward and Alphonse's journey as state alchemists to return their lost bodies while uncovering the dark side of the state military that has turned out to have a darker side than they had thought. Number 7 is Kill la Kill. A comedy, edgy, action genre was successfully mixed in an interesting anime. The distinctive visuals of this anime add to the uniqueness of the Kill la Kill anime. It was an anime television series animated by Trigger Studio which was released in fall 2013 with a total of 14 episodes. It was Trigger's first original anime television project, directed by Hiroyuki Imaishi and written by Kazuki Nakashima. The series follows vagrant schoolgirl Ryoko Matoi on a search for her father's killer, which brings her into violent conflict with Satsuki Kiryuin, the iron-willed student council president of Honnouji Academy. The story was set in Honnouji Academy, a fictional high school situated in Tokyo Bay, Japan, on the island of Hono City. The school is dominated by its fearsome student council led by their president Satsuki Kiryuin. Its students wear Gaku uniforms, which give them superhuman abilities. Number 6 is Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagan. A mecha action anime mixed with comedy and drama makes Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagan series one of the best mecha series ever. It's a Japanese mecha anime television series animated by Gainax and co-produced by Aniplex and Konami. It ran for 27 episodes in spring 2007. It takes place in a fictional future where Earth is ruled by the Spiral King Lord Gino, who forces mankind to live in isolated subterranean villages. The plot focuses on two teenagers, Simon and Kamina, who live in a subterranean village and wish to culture to surface. Using a mecha known as Lagan, Simon and Kamina reach the surface and start fighting alongside other humans against Lord Genome's forces, before fighting the forces of their true enemy. Number 5 is Noragami. Noragami is an anime aired in winter 2014 which had 2 seasons. It was adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Adachi Taka. The main focus is on the figure of a poor god with a temple named Yato and a girl named Hiyori Iki. With the weapons of a dead human soul named Yukine, they'll go through many adventures and struggles while preserving their identity and past. Number 4 is Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 was adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by One. It was serialized on Shogakukan's Urasende website from April 2012 to December 2017. The story follows an average middle school boy named Shigeo Kageyama. Although he looks like an inconspicuous person, he's in fact a powerful esper with immense psychic power. To keep from losing control of this power, he constantly lives a life under an emotional shackle. While learning to stabilize his emotions, Shigeo learns how to control his abilities so as not to harm people around him. Shigeo lives a normal life like the people around him, but a barrage of troubles keeps chasing him. Number 3 is Assassination Classroom. An action comedy anime with an ending that anyone who sees this will cry. Assassination Classroom was adapted from a Japanese comedy manga series written and illustrated by Yusei Matsui. The series follows the daily life of an extremely powerful octopus-like being working as a junior high homeroom teacher, and his students dedicated to the task of assassinating him to prevent Earth from being destroyed. The series had 2 seasons where the first season was aired in winter 2015 and the second one was aired in winter 2016. Kuro-sensei is a human who resembles an octopus monster created from genetic experiments conducted on him in the past. The story follows Kuro-sensei's journey as a teacher while training his students to become murderous figures, who could one day kill him to prevent the destruction of the Earth. Number 2 is Gintama. With hundreds of episodes and various plots available, Gintama is an anime adaptation of a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Hideaki Sorachi. Set in Edo, which has been conquered by an alien named Amanto. The plot follows the life of samurai Kentoki Sakata, who works as a freelancer alongside his friends Shinpachi Shimura and Kagura to pay monthly rent. And the story, Sorachi adds a science fiction setting to develop the character to his liking after his editor suggests making a historical series. With a variety of absurd comedies from Kentucky and those around him, the anime does not leave the action element behind. Number 1 is One Punch Man. Similar to Mob Psycho 100, One Punch Man is a Japanese superhero franchise created by one artist. It centers on a man named Saitama, where he is a superhero who can defeat any opponent with a single punch. Because of this, Saitama began to get bored and wanted to find a balanced opponent with him. Alongside his disciple Genos, A cyborg who wants revenge against the man who destroyed his family and his village. They eventually join the Hero Association to put themselves in every trouble when monsters attack. Well, that's all the list of the best action comedy anime. Do you have any favorite ones on the list? If you do, let us know in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button and share this video as much as you can to your friends if you really enjoy this. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.